You reap what you sow, you collect. Now you get to hear me talk for hopefully a little bit longer than last week. Welcome back to Karma's Mitch. I think we're up to episode 3 now. Still not sure what I'm going to call it. A handful of things to talk about. I talked about a little bit about graduation last week because that's when it kind of was. It was leading up to graduation. Now it's after grad. I think I'll talk about that just a little bit. A little bit of stuff. I got liquor. Not liquor. It was a wine. I got the new fireworks wine. The HIP came out with their fireworks wine. It's a sparkling wine, so you get the explosions, the fireworks. I haven't tried it yet. The hope was to try it sometime soon, but you do have to cool it, and it has been like crazy hot as well. We're supposed to do hay tomorrow, so we're gonna see how that goes. We can't hook up the wagons yet. I don't know what the issue is with it. It's just like just a little off, and it's really hard to bring it just a little over. So we're gonna see how that goes. If need be, then we're picking up bales and then we're stacking bales. It's gonna be so hot. I think it's gonna be feels like over 40 for the last handful of days, which is gonna be absolutely insane. So we're gonna see how that goes. We got a new baler, small square baler. Jeez, works pretty good for something made in the 70s. We had one from the 60s, and the timing was off, and then it blew up. Yeah, not great. I don't know. It broke. The guy just put it back together, didn't bother to set the timing, so then we turned it on, and it was like, that's making a really bad noise. It shouldn't be making that noise. And then we're like, well, I guess we'll just see. We don't really know what it's supposed to really do. And then it blew up. So, had to get another one. It's a little bit newer. Same kind of model. Yeah, this heat's killing me, dude. Like, I don't mind, like, the, 30-degree weather. But when it feels so hot, let's check right now. It feels like 44. Oh, wow. Maybe I should go somewhere cooler. Find a job somewhere a lot cooler. I don't mind the winter. I would rather be a lot, like, I would rather be too hot than, like, super freezing cold. Because the cold, like, actively hurts. But when I'm just existing, the cold isn't that bad. Oh, I don't have water. I don't have a fan going this time, so you won't have to hear me gulping. Sorry about that. It was like really bad last week too. Something happened with the audio. I'm gonna have to see how this one goes. It already looks to be a little bit better, so I'm just gonna try and, I don't know what I did, because like it was fine. I think it was fine the first 2 weeks. And then last week, it was just something about it. Maybe because I was rushed. I don't know what it was. Hoping to get this out around 5:30. It's 4:30 now. I definitely spent way too long not recording because I completely forgot. It was, we'll do it yesterday again. And then continued to not do it yesterday. What do I want to talk about? Doing the small square bales isn't that bad. Sure, it's hot, but like the last 2 years I've been up in the barn, and that, like, it's brutal up there. People were like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I was the one up in the top of the barn, stacking all the bales, climbing up all over them. It's a lot worse that time. Hopefully we'll have a handful of, like, because the last couple times we had some other guy do it, and his kids came and helped as well, and they were younger, so they were also incompetent. Like, when you have your kids do it, you can yell at them. But when someone else's kids are doing it and like they're not there, and like you don't want them to go back and be like, they were yelling at me, they were so mean, when like they deserved it. So when we're doing it and when we have the ability to like actually control who's doing it, it shouldn't be that bad. And we should be able to like actually take turns this time and do it well. So I don't think I'm too worried about it. And we don't have a whole bunch of like 10-year-olds doing it. So, there we go. We'll see how it goes. No, it's just brutal hot. But they're nicer for like the goats and stuff, and we can keep them over the winter. Because like trying to keep all that stuff and then trying to bring a round bale, don't even get me started on like square bales, but like trying to get a round bale into the barn, it's kind of brutal. So then just being able, and it's nicer, and the goats like it more because our goats are spoiled. You might think, oh, they eat whatever. No, they don't. They only eat what they want to, and they will not eat what you want them to. They're picky. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I told some of the story recently, but we had our first 2 goats. We still have the one. We got rid of the male because that's how it works. You can't keep breeding the male. We had these 2 goats, and they would get out of their pen a lot, and they would run up to the back porch, and then they'd eat all the cigarette butts out of the ashtray, right out of the ashtray. If the garage door was left open, they would run in, and they would eat all of the cardboard around the bottles in the beer the beer cases, and just leave the bottom cardboard with all the beer bottles on it. You would come out there, and then they'd run out of the garage trailing cardboard behind them, like out of their mouths. Like they're it's like having a boat. You want a friend with a boat, but you never want a boat, because it's a lot of maintenance, and it's probably just a pain in the butt. It's the same with goats. You always want a friend with goats, but I trust me, you don't want to keep them, because I milked goats for a while, and they were also just like crazy brutal. Like they're mean too. Like they know they're mean to each other. I was told about a story. I don't know how much of this is true, but I will retell it, and then you may make that decision yourself. It actually has to do with the radio, which is pretty cool. So the guy had a radio station contact him and just be like, hey, like you got goats. We're doing a contest where people have to listen in, and they'll hear a farm animal noise and they have to guess it. So we want to come down, get a recording of a goat, like do it just like local, So they came down, they did the recordings, they got all their pictures and stuff for like the contest. So they gave it a whole bunch of special treatment because they wanted it to baa, and they wanted it to sit still. So then when they put it back, all the other goats saw that one got special treatment. So then overnight, they like mob boss killed it, and it was dead in the morning because it got special treatment. And I don't know how much of that is true. It's probably just like an old farmer's tale, but I wouldn't put it past goats to do it anyway. Like, it's a thing they do. The babies are cute though. The babies are cute. There's so many. If you've never, well, of course you've never birthed a goat, but like if you've never helped, so it's the same with everything, right? But like goats live to die, and you might think, oh, well, everything does. No. Like they live, and then their whole life is dedicated to the sole purpose of trying to die. It's like a hamster. You know how hamsters, like most of the time they die in like really weird, obscure ways? It's like that, but with goats. And you could try anything, and then they'll just to spite you, they will just die, and then there's no reason, they're just dead. And that's what happens with goats. You might think it's an awful thing, but yeah, it is. But where there's livestock, there's dead stock. It's a common saying. It's not a great one, but it is true, and it is common. But yeah, no, goats are insane. If I had to pick an animal instead, We already have cows, so we wouldn't be able to pick that one. I don't know, probably just nothing. Just more cows. Again, you might be going, "Oh, Mitch, no, goats are great." Yeah, again, like I said with the boat, you wanna have a friend with a boat, and boat and goat rhyme. See, it's interchangeable. I was talking about hay. Now we're in goats, but that's why we do the small square bales. And maybe it would have been cheaper to do it ourselves and like get our own equipment and stuff if like we got stuff that worked the first time, because these wagons don't work and our first baler blew up. Yeah, kind of sucks. We gotta get a pool up. We have a pool. We got one from some place in town. They were selling their pools, so we show up and they got everything for it. They took super good care of it. And like one year we had a pool and we just filled it with well water and then it was black the entire summer. Yeah, I think it's sulfur and some other stuff. It's good for the animals, but like it smells awful. We're probably used to it now, but no, if you smell it for the first time. Like, I did the bucket thing. And I'm sure I smelled. So I'm glad I took a shower right after. But, yeah, jeez. It, like, probably when you mix it up or something, it would be really bad. But it wasn't that bad. What was I talking about? See, this is what I mean. Like, I just go on for a while, and then I completely lose track of what I was talking about. Let's talk about the fireworks wine. You can buy it at the LCBOs here and there. Make sure to find it, online. I'm not, of course, not affiliated whatsoever with it. Oh, they have a handful of things. I do have the bottle of Fully Completely. I didn't try it because I'm not a big I'm not a big wine person. More of a whiskey. And even then, like Canadian whiskey, my go-to is Crown. I just tried the Crown Black. It's not bad. It's a little bit stronger. I did like it. But just the original Crown, the Crown Blackberry is actually really good as well. Having that in lemonade, yeah, it's really good. Let's take a look. So, 2023 Fireworks Sparkling Wine, the fifth wine to be created for the Tragically Hip wine portfolio. The concept for this wine was produced in conjunction with the band to celebrate their 40th anniversary as one of Canada's most iconic bands. A celebratory sparkling wine seemed a natural fit. Fireworks is one of the main singles from the band's 1998 album Phantom Power, which debuted at #1 on the Canadian Albums chart upon release. The album went on to win Best Rock Album at the Juno Awards in 1999. And I do have the box set for that as well. Super great alternate singles and some unreleased tracks on the deluxe album and box set. Working in conjunction with guitarist Rob Baker, the label concept pays homage to the award-winning album design of Phantom Power while mingling elements from the original sale release of the Fireworks track. The goal was to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the song and album, as well as the 40th anniversary of the band with the wine's release in 2024. Has this been out? I thought this was... They just put up that they released it Saturday or something. Huh. Well, this is the first time hearing about it, and it's the first I picked it up. Tasting notes. Not that I understand anything about wine's tasting notes. A fresh and inviting nose of lemon drop candy, Granny Smith apple, lemongrass, and toasty bready notes in the background. The palate is an explosion of fresh fruits, including pear, apple, pink grapefruit, and mandarin orange, complemented with softer notes of fresh bread and toasted nuts. There's lots of bread in this wine, which is odd. Maybe it's not. I just don't know nothing about wine. These flavors are delivered on a wave of fine, bubbly mousse, all wrapped up in a clean, bright citrus finish. 82% Chardonnay from a single vineyard in Lincoln Lakeshore, and 18% Riesling from the 4 Mile Creek sub-appellation in Niagara. The grapes are harvested, immediately given a gentle pressing, and then cold fermented together in the stainless steel tanks, producing the base wine and left to age on at least 6 months. Huh. The wine then underwent a secondary ferment in a pressurized tank using the Charmat method of sparkling wine production. The wine was then bottled early June 2024. Oh, that's why. Maybe they just released it. Harvest date October 2021. 12.8%. I don't know. We're going to see how it goes. You can follow me along over on my socials. That's where I'm going to be posting it as well. Now that I'm here, I want to see the other ones that they have. 2020 Flamenco Rosé. Creation of a traditionally dry style of rosé was inspired by the lyrics and music of flamenco. That is how you spell that. A lesser-known but critically acclaimed track on the band's seminal Trouble at the Henhouse album, originally released in 1996. They also produced that one themselves. I don't know if that was the first one they self-produced, or if there was a handful more. I'd have to look that up. But I do know that one was self-produced. The artwork, the label artwork, is a collaboration between the winery and a band guitarist Rob Baker, who inspired the original wine label art as a reflection of the song and its reminiscence of Spanish flamenco dance and their signature guitars. A dry-style rosé for those hot afternoons in Spain was a perfect fit for this concept. I wonder if I can get it somewhere. I can get it on the LCBO, but they are, pretty far away. Not that I like wine, but I like the bottles, and I've collected basically everything else from them. I don't have all of their albums, vinyl, but I also don't have enough space. I have a poster from them. I have a poster that's not from them of Gord's Final Salute, and that's actually coming up. Another anniversary of their final. It's almost 10 years now. I wonder if they're going to see. I'm off track again. But anyways, I wonder if they're going to post the actually upload the audio tracks of the final concert, because I watch it every year. I own it on iTunes, but I wonder if they're going to actually release it as an album. 10 years, a 10-year anniversary for it. They can't wait too long, or else no one will care. So I think 10 years will be good for that. That was 2016, so that's not this year, but I think next year. Anyways, back to wine. Trouble at the Henhouse has another wine as well, the 2021 Ahead by a Century Chardonnay. Originally created to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the, again, fifth album, Trouble at the Henhouse, which again debuted #1 on the Canadian albums chart 20 years before 2021. Stayed #1 for 4 straight weeks and has been certified 6 times platinum. Tasting notes: a delightful balance between fruit and oak with a rich creamy palate, showcasing the vibrant character of the 2021 vintage. Aromas of vanilla, lemon meringue, peach, fresh peach, and citrus dominate the nose, with hints of pineapple and apricot in the background. The palate is medium to full-bodied with a silky, buttery texture. With balanced by soft citrus acidity. Flavors include charred lemon, orange marmalade, and creamy vanilla. The finish is rich, creamy oak medley with a balancing citrus acidity. Huh. I don't know what any of that means. Winemaker notes. Yeah, not a clue. I've been told the fireworks is good, but I don't know. That is the one that I have. That is the one I went and looked for. Not a clue about any of this. Oh, I can actually get it shipped. Oh, I can get it shipped. I don't need it that bad. I'm not a wine person. Oh, actually. Oh, is that about the Tragically Hip? The collaboration. Actually, let's read this as well. The partnership between Stony Ridge Estate Winery and the Tragically Hip, one of Canada's most iconic bands, began in 2014 with the release of the first wine bearing the band's name, Fully Completely Reserve Red. That's the one. than I have, I think. Let me look. Yes, the Tragically Hip Fully Completely 2021 Reserve Red. So I guess they keep making them, which is pretty cool. Because that one was from that was a 2012 vintage. Let me put this back. All right. The wine was co-created by band members Gord Downey, Paul Langlois, Rob Baker, Gord Sinclair, and Johnny Fay in conjunction with the Stony Ridge winemaking team. The Fully Completely Reserve Red was a premium blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Cabernet Franc from the acclaimed 2012 vintage. Created to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the band's Fully Completely album and start of the band's 2015 North American tour. While no one predicted how a Tragically Hip wine would be received, the limited 500-case production sold out the weekend of its release, because Hip fans are insane, and I will be a testament to that. The reception from Hip fans and wine enthusiasts alike prompted the partnership to continue with the subsequent vintages of Reserve Red. The wine was then released to the province's alcohol retailer with the LCBO, where it broke the Canadian wine sales records 2 years in a row. For Canada's probably not. I think if they were to release something versus Rush, I think the Hip would do better for everyone. No matter when, times alike. I think the Hip would do better in non-album sales than Rush in Canada. Even album sales. I'd have to look at that. Don't quote me on that. Rush was good. Don't quote me on that. Someone's gonna get mad. Over the past 10 years, the Tragically Hip wine portfolio has grown to include other popular releases, ahead by Century Chardonnay, Flamenco Rosé, 50 Mission Cab, and now Fireworks Sparkling. The Tragically Hip wines have grown in popularity across Canada, become a staple at Canadian dinner tables, cottage getaways, and popular restaurants, and continue to be collected as must-haves by the fans of the Tragically Hip. To this day, the band and the winery continue to produce 100% Canadian VQA wines of quality and distinction. What does VQA wines mean? Because I have seen that before, but I do not know. What is VQA? VQA Wine Program. The Ontario Wine Appellation Authority ensures every VQA... Excuse me, let me click on it. What does it mean? Vintier's Quality Alliance. Oh, so it's quality. Oh, now you load. Thank you. Wonderful. That's not what I wanted. But anyway, really cool. I might have to make this some sort of a series. Maybe I'll try them maybe I'll try it next week. I was just very, very hot today, and I don't think wine is the best thing for that. More or less, water is the go-to. So we're gonna keep it with that. Anyways, that's my wine story. Again, not a big wine person. Don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. I drink whiskey because I'm a cowboy. I could say that more assuringly, I think, but I'm not going to. Yes, I have drank other things. Every now and again, I grab vodka seltzers and that sort of thing because they're ready to drink. But then I just drink them. So then I never have too much. Don't drink too much. Drink responsibly, of course. Always do that. Always do that first. But having to actually go down and pour a drink, I drink less. It lasts longer. I can enjoy it, and it's probably cheaper. Because then I also don't have a whole bunch of cans, although I'm drinking canned Pepsi now because that's what they have at Costco. I do then drink less Pepsi as well than the 710 mil bottles. So there are reasons, methods to my madness, and why I do things. So that's the wine, that's the heat, and the small square bales down. Still not looking forward to that tomorrow. I'm gonna be beat. Maybe I'll have it tomorrow. Maybe I'll record a special episode of wine tasting. Maybe post a video as well on my socials. Again, Mitch.fm over on everything. I'll probably be posting most on Instagram as well. Oh, Pinterest. I wanted to talk about Pinterest. So for some reason, I keep getting emails. Because I did have a Pinterest account. I haven't been on it in probably 5 years, if not maybe a little bit more. And now Pinterest is telling me that they're taking away some posts or some pins that I don't even know. I don't know how Pinterest works. All right. Like, I never knew how Pinterest works. I would always just basically scroll through it. And because I wasn't super interested in Instagram either. Instagram was like really weird. I mean, it is still really weird on its like moderation and that sort of thing. But I think it was just really weird on like it's for you and that sort of stuff. Because I was just blocking stuff like left and right and like not interested in this. Like, why are you showing me this sort of stuff? But like, recently we removed one of your pins for, like, I never posted anything on Pinterest. So I know that this has to do with something that I have just saved. Or maybe like, I never made a board public. Or, I don't know if I did. But, because I don't know how Pinterest works. And if you do, I don't understand it at all whatsoever. But the email goes, recently we removed one of your pins for violation of our guidelines on self-injury and harmful behavior, which is insane because I know the things that I was saving on Pinterest was like cat memes because I was 14 probably. Yeah, so like, geez, that would have been like 6 years ago. Yeah, so like 5 years I haven't been on Pinterest. And now all of a sudden they're just starting to remove pins and remove stuff I've posted, which is absolutely, yeah. So these rules apply to all pins, including ones on your secret boards. If we notice more pins that conflict with our community guidelines, we may take additional action on your account. So one, I haven't been on my Pinterest in, again, 5 years. I don't care if you take it away from me, because guess what? It will not affect my life whatsoever. I don't think someone wants to, like, you won't even be following, like, me on like, it's not even, like, a professional account. I don't even know, like, what email address did I use? Yeah, I know I used my personal email address. But, like, it doesn't even tell me what, it doesn't even show me, it doesn't even tell me how it violated its community guidelines. Let's look at Pinterest community guidelines. Welcome to Karma's a Mitch, where I just read stuff to you. Content safety, it's not a place for antagonistic, explicit, false or misleading, harmful, hateful or violent content or behavior. We may remove, limit or block the distribution of such content. Like, why would you just remove the post? Like, again, I don't know how Pinterest works, because like I don't just scroll through and find things, and I thought like I was just saving things to look at later. Not that I would even, like, send anything to anyone. Not that I had any friends on Pinterest. Not that I don't understand how Pinterest works in general. I don't. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but I think I'm just saying it so I know. I thought people would, like, post things like, hey, look at this funny meme, or hey, look at this, like, room, and this is what you can buy to decorate your room this way, or look at this recipe. Like, yeah, so like regulated goods, services, and activity. Yeah, so like you're not gonna buy tobacco off of Pinterest. Like, okay, but how? Like, it's not even like, oh, it was hate content, or it was, no, self-injury and harmful behavior. I wasn't, like, suicidal on Pinterest. Like, I don't understand why Pinterest is doing it, because, like, it's a lot of the time. I've deleted a lot of them, but like there were 2 on June 19th, like just a handful of days ago. 2 of them. And like they've already gone through a whole bunch. Like, I don't get how they, like, do you change, or are you just going through and you're finding this stuff now? Like, I don't care if you... Oh, here, a note about one of your pins. Recently removed one of your pins for... Yeah, and it's always self-injury and harmful behavior. And I'm not just going like, oh, no, I wasn't like, suicidal. Oh, now it actually named one of my boards. Now, because it goes against our community guidelines on self-injury and harmful behavior. And it's... What? Okay, we limited the distribution of or remove content that displays, rationalizes, or encourages suicide, self-injury, eating disorders, or substance abuse. This content impacts the community and it can be triggering or reinforce harmful behavior. These rules apply to all pins, including ones on your secret boards. Please take some time and go through your pins and remove any that conflict with our policies, or we may take further action against your account. 1, people have already posted this stuff. Just take it down. Like, I don't know why you have to tell me and then say, like, I'm the problem. Take it down and send it to someone who posted it, because I didn't post anything. Okay, now I'm not mad at Pinterest anymore. That got a little heated. There's literally no repercussions to getting my Pinterest account taken away. I think I'm just upset because I keep getting emails about it. And I think the worst crime in modern day is email spam. The amount of, like, stuff I get. And, like, you can't shut off some of the emails for some of these things that I want emails for. And my phone just buzzed. Let's all take bets right now and see if it was an email. No, it wasn't. Okay. Wow. The fact that it buzzed and I was like, that's probably something from that email, really just goes to show. And I've, like, blocked and restricted and unsubscribed from all these different email lists, and I am just so upset about it because it just takes way too long, and I really don't like it. Oh right, graduation happened. It's finally so weird to finish up and to really have a real end to it. The graduation ceremony wasn't necessarily anything particularly special. I kept going through and being like, this is a cult. I'm in a cult now. Like, the hoods and the gowns and and no, there were traditional indigenous, like, dancers and stuff. Great. Awesome. Love to see it. I was around it all the time at school, or at high school. That I have no problem with that. It's adding the drums and and all that stuff as, like, people are filtering in with, like, hoods and robes and that sort of stuff, and, like, the almost judicial seating. It kind of reminds me of that scene in what's the Stanley Kubrick one with Tom Cruise? Oh my goodness. It's right on the tip of my tongue. And it's a really weird movie. Don't watch it if you haven't seen it, or unless you're like a Kubrick nerd, but, like, even then, it's not a good movie. Eyes Wide Shut. That's it. There we go. Basically, Tom Cruise gets cucked the movie. He tries to sleep with many different women, and it just never works out for him. And I think it's really funny. It's a really bad movie, but he basically kind of gets into this, like, sex cult. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but that's what it reminds me of now that I'm thinking back to it. And only because it's the only movie I've seen with it, kind of, like, that's the only reason. I know it's a weird thing to think about, but I watched the movie because it had Tom Cruise in it, and it was directed by Stanley Kubrick, which also did, like, Mr. Lovegood, or Dr. Lovegood, the one with the about the nukes. Dr. Strangelove. That's it. Oh my goodness, I'm going to get brutalized because I don't know what I'm talking about this episode. Wow, this is going to suck. I am not looking at the YouTube comments. I don't think I can see any comments from anywhere else. Please do not hop in my DMs for this. Again, don't watch the movie. It's not a good movie. You can spend your time watching something so much better. Full Metal Jacket's another, it's a good one. It's a good one to watch instead. Does, really, I think Stanley Kubrick was, dying or, had a brain tumor or something. Because he has, really, really good movies. There's another one. When was it made? It was made in 1999. Stanley Kubrick. What other movies did he make? Filmography. There we go. 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange. Oh, he did Full Metal Jacket. Look at that. There you go. Go watch Full Metal Jacket. It's a better Stanley Kubrick movie. That's why I was like, oh, this one. The Shining he did as well. Doctor Strangelove. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know any of his earlier stuff, but I don't think I've heard of Barry Lyndon either. Epic historical drama. Not really my thing. But yeah, Full Metal Jacket, really good one. Go watch it. I was talking about grad. So yeah, we did the whole grad thing. I didn't really mind it. Not a big ceremony person for literally anything. Anything that involves me. I'll go to someone else's. I'll go to other people's. I'll go to other important ceremonies. What ceremonies have I gone to? There was a handful. But November 11th is the biggest one, big one that I always try and at least tune into as well. Lots of awesome people there, lots of not awesome people there. I understand it takes a while, but there was also 250 plus, maybe 300 students that were graduating at that one time, and for someone to be how long is this gonna take? Come on, dude. Just everyone sat and waited for their turn, and then after their turn, they all sat and waited while you had yours, and now we just have to sit through the rest of it. It's almost done. And then, I can't not talk about this, but afterwards, we got our robes and everything, and the room was packed. It was not a big enough room for everyone, and it was everyone has to stand in here, and oh my goodness. But some of the lines were extremely packed because that was just guys, plan better, plan for this stuff. How can you not go, all these people we told to be here on this specific day showed up? It's like a plane. It's like buying, when you buy a plane ticket and then you show up because you spent all this money on a plane ticket, and then you get there and they're actually, we sold too many seats. We're how did you do that? You can do it online. You know how many people bought tickets. Why are you selling more tickets than there are seats even? And they're oh, well, we didn't think you'd show up. What do you mean? Why wouldn't I show up and paid hundreds of dollars for this plane ticket? Come on. So, I don't know, because it was so packed, and then they're you all have to line up, and then we're all basically in one line, because I don't know if it was based off of programs, I don't know if it was based off of last names, but probably some of the most common last names were S, P, I'm in the R, so I'm kind of in that same area. All that space. And then it's just one line, basically. And, it's brutal. I mean, I was, 194 or something on the list. So there were probably, 300 people there. But it's just crazy. Crazy. I don't get it. Because we were called up by program, so that was nice. But Like, and then someone else was like, wow, a lot of people got honors. Like, yeah, it wasn't hard. All you had to do was show up and do half like, again, a lot of people were like, oh wow, you took like university classes, like university level classes. I was going to be a vet. Like that was my career plan up until like grade 13. And then I was like, well, I guess I'll go to college for this. So that's what I did. So I did really well in those classes. So I was very good educationally. I'm again, English was my worst yes, it is my worst language. It's also my only one. So by default, it is also my best. But English was my worst subject. Okay, French was my worst subject, but I dropped that basically as soon as I could. No, I didn't. I took grade 10, and that was a mistake. That was a very big mistake. I didn't get it. I still don't get English most of the time. I don't know why you sit here and listen to me. What is it? 40 minutes now. You've sat here and listened to me. Why? I can barely talk. I don't know what Stanley Kubrick's movies are. But they were like, oh, wow, a lot of people have honors. And like even like some people in our class were saying like, oh, if I do really good, I'm going to get like honors. Like I've gotten dean's. And I was like, they were like, hey, Mitch, what'd you get on that test? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't know? And I'm like, I didn't look. Like, why? And I'm like, because I don't care. Like, what do you mean you don't care? And I'm like, I don't care. And I thought that, like, that's pretty obvious, is it not? Like, I'm doing fine, because if I'm not, someone will say something to me, or I would be struggling, which I am not. So I don't care. I'm here for the piece of paper that's going to cost me $10,000. Now, I did get a pin. And I am very happy about the pin, because I love pins. So that almost made everything worth it, except for the fact that I don't know if it's like an eagle or it's probably a hawk, because I'm stupid, but it looks kind of stupid. Like the proportions are way off. Its feet are way too big for its body, and I think it looks funny. But almost made it worth it. And then, of course, seeing everyone after, we went out for a nice lunch and, had a good time with everyone. So I'm glad we did it. I had nothing better to do on a Thursday anyway, so might as well go down and do it. A lot of people didn't make it. Like, we were looking at the grad list afterwards, and we're like, oh yeah, where is this person? Where is that person? Maybe they're on another day. Hopefully they're on another day. Hopefully they made it. It was odd. Because like by the time we had our final, like we did have our final marks, and we did have like a little get together afterwards as well, but we didn't really hear anything from anyone, or we didn't because it all depends on like the cliques you have inside your class. And with such a small class, like not everyone talks to everyone. Very few times have I heard of actual classes that everyone did talk to everyone. But it's usually very uncommon. So just not seeing someone, or maybe just someone didn't show up because they didn't want to, or they were busy. I don't blame them. I showed up because I had nothing better to do. And I also kind of wanted to show it up to my other family who did go and didn't get honors. But they also weren't in the radio program, because radio is barely, again, it's not an accomplishment, really, to me. Because I got all the awards and stuff when I was in high school for university level maths and sciences and that sort of stuff. I walked away with the principal's award from that school. It's not getting a little sticker on my diploma that goes, "Ooh, graduated with honors." Ooh, I don't care, because that wasn't the accomplishment. The accomplishment was being able to work and being able to live and drive in and support myself, come out of it with no debt, come out of it with like a new to me car. That's the accomplishment to me. Not the little sticker that says honors. The pin, kinda, you know. Mohawk also has this like Mohawk Perks app as well, and I was scrolling through it a little bit, and just the weird things that we kind of get perks on, kind of odd. You know, I can have a I can get 15% discounts on seller services for real estate. I went to Mohawk. I'm never going to be able to afford a house. What are you on about? That actually, there's a lot of stuff. Mortgages, insurance plans. I am with Bel Air Direct, who has a membership or insurance discount. So I'm going to have to call and hopefully get a discount based on that. CAA has membership discounts. I can save $20 on CAA Plus and CAA Corporate. Wow. I can save $20 whole. I don't even know if that's like a one-time thing or not. That's crazy. A handful of things. You know, you can get like alumni gym memberships for their gym. I have free Mohawk library services, $30 value. Wow. I can get career support, entrepreneurship, 20% off regular priced apparel and giftware. Well, guess what? You're getting rid of my program, so I'm not going to be able to buy another radio hoodie. Really nice hoodies actually from Mohawk. I need to actually like look up where the company gets their sweaters from. It's on the inside of it. I just need to like actually Google it. But like lots of things there. We can get like up to 32% off Forge FC tickets. $20 20% off admission and 10% off at the Hockey Hall of Fame gift shop. Like there's a handful of things. I haven't heard of like any of these like food stuff. I mean, I've heard of like Chef's Plate and HelloFresh, but like that's the deals you get like sent to your mailbox. Handful of things for like residency, like Residence Conference Center, Hamilton. Is that the D-Bark? No, not D-Bark. D-Bark is the gym. Yeah, daily rate. Is that just staying in the dorm? 245 Fennel Avenue. I think that is just the dorm. That's... I can stay in the dorm. 20% off the daily. There's a handful of stuff like health and wellness. Like 25% off the helpline CPR and first aid courses, which is kind of cool. 10% off all hair cutting services at Hendry's Barbershop. Not that I typically use that. But like pet grooming spot, like that sort of stuff is nice as well. But like, I want them. Like, there's a handful of things. Art Gallery of Hamilton memberships, like that's pretty cool. 10% discount on guitars. I think one of my prof's husbands owns that. Because I think they made a guitar for when she worked with KX, and then I think they made them a guitar. I don't know if it's them or not. I can get 25% off website and placement. Ripley's Aquarium, Ripley's Believe It or Not Niagara, like you can get stuff off for that. 15% off ROM admission. 25% off Stratford admission. Like Theater Aquarius, 15% off tickets. Like pretty cool stuff. But I want to have to like actually go there. Oh, 10% off movie tickets at the Westdale. The Westdale is nice. It's a nice little place. I haven't been in it, but I've seen it. I've been there like outside for a handful of events, but I never bothered to go inside because my job was recording audio, and it's kind of hard to do that in a place that is doing things with audio in the background, especially when they don't typically like when you re-record and post that sort of stuff. And that was my entire job, is to broadcast the audio I was recording. Grad, right. I don't know. It was really weird. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the gowns and stuff. So we got the gowns given to us. We had to go back, give them back, and then they'd give us our diploma. They were telling us that at the end of the ceremony. And someone from my program, and I was sitting beside. If you watch the video, you'd know. I have a handful of stories that I can't share, and I really want to. But if you were around me in that sphere, you know what they were. But I just don't feel like I should be sharing them on the internet to everyone. I don't know. It was kind of a waste of my time. I didn't pay for parking. I don't care. I don't even know if we were supposed to. I think they were just like, you know what? We can't take it to everyone. They'd make a lot of money, though. They'd make a lot of money. Oh, now that I opened my phone up to Instagram. Why do women have the idea to post the I get it, fit check, you tried on an outfit and you think you look pretty. I'm not gonna fight you on that. What I am gonna fight you on is if you just post gray sweats. I don't even know if they if they're being ironic, because that's what I would do. I would be I've seen if I see any more of these, I'm probably just gonna be all right, I'm gonna throw on my dirtiest or super ripped pair of jeans and as weird of a t-shirt as I can find, and I'm gonna post a fit check, because just the weird sure, someone does care. I just scroll past it because I'm not the audience, and that's fine. I follow you because I know you, and sometimes I do like to see what you're up to, just not what you're wearing all the time. But if you just throw on sweats, and be look at me, I tried so hard on this, you're going to the mental hospital. That's not an outfit. That's basically pajamas. You've basically gone out in pajamas. I am a jeans kind of guy. If I am leaving the house, I'm wearing jeans. It has been very hot recently, so I've just been not wearing them. Does that mean I've been wearing an alternative? No, it just means I'm not wearing any pants at all, because it's really hot out, and I don't get air conditioning in my room much, because I am the furthest away from the unit, and it does not have any pressure by the time it will make it to my room. So it just doesn't push air up here, and it pushes it to everywhere else in the house. I have said this multiple times, and no one still believes me. I'm the one that took all the science classes. Trust me, my AC doesn't work. So either you put a fan in down there to boost the pressure, because there's a lot of stuff in the basement. The basement's really cool. It's nice down there. You could just push that air up here. But no. I get nothing. So I'm taking off my pants. That's how this works. That's how it works. I'm sorry. Jeez, I'm sweating just sitting up here. I've done nothing. I've done stuff. But bro, it's brutal. It's brutal. I think we got new fans, though, so finally. But we're gonna have to see, because they're just not gonna, 'cause typically I've had, window fan, but, it's been so hot, and I've been yelled at because I'm letting all the AC out, which I'm not. So I've just put it up on something. So I think there's a pedestal fan somewhere that I've just been told about. So I'm going to steal that one, because I stole this one, really early on. It was, 25 degrees at 4:30 in the morning this weekend, which is brutal. I had such a difficult time sleeping. Crazy. To show up in the morning and have to wear a t-shirt. Crazy. This heat's brutal, so we're going to see how the small square bales go. Again, don't forget to follow me over on my socials to check out that. Of course, I'll be posting all the mishaps and wrongdoings and all that sort of stuff. Again, Mitch.fm, most of it's going to be over on Instagram, so go check it out there. And of course, all the fireworks wine and that sort of stuff, and maybe even some other other tastings as well later on over there as well. So go check it out. Again, Mitch.fm. You can always find me over on my website, everything over on my website, Mitch.fm, Mitch.dotfm. Remember, that's how you spell it everywhere. .ca, and that's the website. Go check it out. That's also has a whole bunch of links to everywheres where you can watch, listen. Well, not watch yet. Don't have video yet. Working on it. Trying. I don't know how this is going. I'm trying to get the audio down first, because I guess last week I screwed that up. So we've taken, one step forward and like 5 steps back, because audio is like the number one here. So again, go over there, check it out. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, what goes around comes around. What you reap what you sow. And I mean, we're trying to reap this hay right now, but that's being a pain. So we're gonna see how it goes. But of course, what goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. Karma's a Mitch. Thank you so much for listening. I have been, of course, as always, Mitch. Have a wonderful week.